Hello everyone. Thank you for tuning in to the Watery Aquarium. It's Michelle here and I have another reading for you. Today's reading is what are your relationship patterns? We have three options here to choose from. Option 1 is the balancer. Option 2 is the angel and option 3 is the protector. Now you can pause the video, choose a pile. Let's get to it. Hello, option 1. For those of you who selected the balancer card, here's your reading. So this is card number 31. So it is reducing to the number 4. So it's all about balance. Balance of the self, balance in your connection, balance, a need for balance in your connection. So we have here soaring beyond all limiting concepts and embrace your spiritual self in the place beyond female and male where we all truly are one energy. So it feels like your relationship pattern is one where you are seeking balance, like you like harmony in your connections, but you might not get it. And you may try very hard to create balance or to restore balance, but it just doesn't seem to work because you may be balanced, but your person isn't. That could be you needing to work on blockages within yourself or your partner, your other half, needing to do that, right? So this gives me like Libra vibes as well, very much so. And it's like you're racking your brain and you're trying to think of ways to have like a very calm relationship, right? Or relationships. Now what this is telling me is to stop doing that, for one, right? It's really sweet and nice, but there's a perfectionist vibe here. For you, what you need to realize, if you are constantly experiencing relationship after relationship after relationship where you're doing all the work trying to balance things out and it just doesn't work out and it keeps ending, that's for those of you in that situation. It's because of, it's a form of control, right, where you're seeking perfection. Because what you need to realize is that nothing is perfect. The peaks and troughs in connections is natural. There's going to be brilliant times and not so brilliant times. The issue is when it is constantly bad or constantly good. And I know you're surprised where you're saying, what do you mean constantly good? If it's constantly good, that means that you're not communicating your true feelings. You're not having arguments. You're not expressing your opinions. You're losing yourself in the connection, because here it even says it, where you're focusing on the spiritual self. You're not looking at the male and female dynamics. You're looking at the oneness. So this could be an issue where you're getting lost in your connection. You're losing your identity in the connection. So one of the healthy aspects when it comes to voicing your opinions in the connection is actually disagreements. Yes, not arguments where it leads to violence, smashing things and all that. It shouldn't get to that. Now that's a problem. But when you're able to have like a slightly heated discussion, but at the end you can say, look, I agree to disagree or whatever, and then you just move on from that, and it's not affecting the connection per se, that's healthy. If it is like the where there's a lot of conflict, there's a lot of negativity, then that also is a problem because you're not communicating also. That stems from frustrations from not communicating your truth. So both parties have built up anxiety and pressure and they lash out, right? So that can be a shadow element of this card, the balancer. But all in all, there's a slight perfectionist energy that comes from this card, needing everything to be perfect, but no relationship is perfect. And if you do have a perfect relationship, again, no arguments, you need to look into that, because neither of you are speaking up. right? You need to be able, it's saying that you don't have opinions, and you can say, okay, but our opinions are similar, our views are similar. Yes, but that's a boring connection, because you do need a bit of difference. That's what keeps the sparks going. So, and we all know that no one on this earth, we're all individuals. We're all not the same. And not even twins are the same. So, someone is holding back their truth in the connection. There's harmony, but there's individuality as well. So that's something to look into when it comes to your relationship patterns. So if you're in a connection, a long-term committed connection, and this is your energy, the balancer, there's also an energy or an element of perfectionism. We all have differing opinions as well, and it's important to communicate healthily and express your truth, not holding things back to prevent an argument or a disagreement. Connections like that, and I'm not trying to trigger anyone, right, is where you are in this balance or energy needing things to be perfect. I'm not going to say anything to create any upsets or ripples, to cause ripples. That's where someone can step out, right? They can step out of the connection to seek that pleasure, that rush, that excitement, that fire element from another. And you will be none the wiser. You will have no idea, because you're in this perfect gift box with the bow on top ideal of your connection. So that's why it's healthy to have that balance. So this card is saying, have a healthy balance of communicating your truth, right? Opinions, etc., and peaceful moments. So there needs to be that nice, even flow, right? And also time for the self. Nice, even, balanced flow, couple time, individual time, right? So it's that's what it's calling for you to do if you're in a connection. Let's get some more cards. Okay, so we have here 9 of Wands. So it's, yeah, it's saying about the blockages. So it feels like you're keeping things going but not sharing too much. There's a sense of holding back. I don't want to create any type of ripples, right? You've had your fair share of relationship battles in the past, so this is for the single people, right? But it's saying to look at this, look at the patterns and heal it. Look at the patterns of holding things back, not necessarily expressing your truth because you're trying to save the connection, but you're not in the connection anymore. And if you're in a connection, the long-term relationship, you're suffering in silence here. Okay. Next card is, yeah, look at that, Death. So they're saying that you need to create a change. There needs to be a change here. It needs to be, again, restoring balance, bringing in healthy flow of communication and actions here. Ooh, some of you put up with some really violent and aggressive situations as well, relationships. Knight of Pentacles, it's a learning curve. This is you actually learning more about yourself. This is you now investing in yourself, or needing to invest in yourself. Not necessarily in haste. This is now starting the process of self-improvement, right? So it could be where you have lost yourself in your connection, lost your, just your opinions, like your partner's opinions are your own. So this is something where it could lead a connection or a person to believe that, look, this person, they're not really that interested because they like everything that I like. So surely they got something that they like that I won't like, but I like to try. right? So that it seems like someone that's not interesting. So it's saying to connect with yourself again. Connect with yourself again, restore that balance. It's like stop being in this energy of blocking, of being fearful of expressing your truth, and now change into someone where you can even give a little, just kind of like invest a little of your opinions and time to this person where you're showing them the true self, the real self, right? So it doesn't have to be something that you jump into fast and just all blurt out everything about what you like and don't like, because it can again scare them, because they're like, wait a minute, you've actually felt this way all along and you haven't shared it with me. Why were you afraid to express your truth? This is something that you will do gradually, right? Bottom of the deck, the Lovers. So it's saying the choice is yours, but this tells me that this is a divine connection where there are a lot of similarities, but there's a strong need to express your differences, like share your opinions and views on life, what you would like to accomplish, etc. That's what it's telling me. Okay, let's get some more cards. Ooh, for the single people out there where they're looking at this pattern, it's saying to have time for yourself. It's like during a break period from connections, invest in yourself to find out what you like. Because some of you don't even know what you like anymore because you're so absorbed in your connections, your previous connections, where you're liking everything that all the people like. So now it's time to really figure out what you like, right? Okay, so we have here the Queen of Swords. I mean, seriously. Authenticity, vulnerability. That's what that's about. Seeing the situation clearly. Speaking your truth. Speaking honestly about your likes and dislikes. Right? There's a sense of being vulnerable. Nine of Wands, not vulnerable. Guarded. Queen of Swords, as much as she comes across cold, she's speaking from authenticity, right? Okay, so we have here the Three of Cups. Exactly. So it's like free flowing as well. So in this deck, it's all about like being vulnerable but free. Expressing your emotions freely, expressing your likes and dislikes freely. And isn't that interesting? We have Swords and Cups. Swords, the mind, but also communication, and then Cups, feelings, emotional body. So you're going to be expressing your opinions and feelings freely. Honest feelings and opinions freely in your connections. That's what that's saying. Bottom of the deck, we have Two of Cups. So both parties need to do that. And I'm getting that if one person is in that energy, then the other will follow, especially with it being the Lovers cards here. Especially with this card. But then I have another card that follows the Lovers, the Sun. Now that's a truly happy connection. I'm getting chills. Right, it's going to transform your connection. So it could be where if you're in a committed relationship, it's just going with the flow, possibly boring, right? I'm sorry to say that, but it's possibly boring. Your partner is not going to say it, but it's possibly boring. And if you're not in a connection and there's all these patterns, well, here you go. That's the reason why there's a strong need to be authentic and express your truth. I know this might come off harsh, but there is a lot of people who come to me and they're in connection. Some of them model fantastic connections. And this is the case where they're telling me, I am bored out of my mind. There is just no fire, no spark, no passion. And that's what's needed. Passion, a balance of everything. Think of all the elements and what it represents. So we have Earth for stability, structure, longevity, and commitment. The Cups, which is water, for the emotional expression, love, compassion, unconditional love. We have the swords, intelligence, right? Intellectual communication. And then we have fire, passion, and creation. So all these elements we need to have in our connections, right? It's vital, right? And there's 11:11 right now. So they come to me and they tell me that, look, I'm absolutely bored out of my mind, or I like this person 80%. Right? So you may be thinking, oh, we're on the same page. 100% I love you, you love me 100. No. They could love you 60, but it is tolerating your ass. So what I'm trying to say with this is always be authentic and expressing your truth. And that's what it is saying, right? Things may be all perfect, but express your truth. So if someone is asking you something, your partner, tell the truth. Don't, if your body will tell you as well to not do something. So if you're going to be lying to try to please someone, but your whole body is telling you, no, you don't want to do that. It's your body is reacting. It is saying, no, you're going against your greatest good, your highest good, because ultimately that is what is important. That is what is important. You doing things for your highest good. So look into that. Look into that. Okay. Let's get some advice. Okay, so we have here, surrender to complete healing. Open fully to the loving, compassionate forces of the universe that support your physical, emotional, and spiritual healing. So this is also telling me that some of you might have had bad experiences in the past in other connections, but more importantly, in childhood. So you're exposed to maybe family members behaving in this way, right? Or something traumatic might have happened to you, and it's calling for you to heal that, because that's probably what is causing you to not express your truth, to put a block on expressing how you're feeling and actually expressing, taking actions towards things that you want to do, take in while you're in your connection. So that's you agreeing with everything your partner wants to do and not following your mind, right? Okay, let's get an angel card. Can I have one, please? We have here leap of faith. I am ready to take a leap, angels. Thank you for doing it with me. So this is you leaping into a new direction, turning a new leaf where you're going to be more expressive. Your communications that you have in your connections, whether you are single or currently in a connection, is going to be honest and for your highest good. Very authentic. So we're not saying going out there and getting into arguments, heated arguments and throwing things. No. But when the situation warrants it, you're going to be honest. So if someone says, okay, or your partner, sorry, says, let's go to the movies, I want to see an action film, and you want to see a romance film, don't say, oh yeah, I've always wanted to see action films. You'd say, oh, I'd like to see the romantic film. You let them know exactly how you feel and then see where it goes. What if the partner says, okay, well, this time we can see the action, but next time we can see the romantic. But they know exactly what you like and where your head is at. Right? Or they might agree to see what you want to see, right? But it's you not giving up your power to others. That's what it's saying, right? Bottom of the deck here, after show it, we have transformation, right? Archangel Zadkiel. It says, thank you, Zadkiel, for supporting me to transform from my past challenges. Exactly. That's beautiful. So I'm going to end the reading right here. If this reading resonates, leave a comment down below. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hello, option 2. For those of you who selected the angel, here's your reading. So we have card number 47. That's card, it reduces to 11. Right, so let's See, we have the angel. You may soon encounter a person or event that will benefit you in ways that seem to have angelic origins. You may be called to be an angel. Right. So your relationship pattern is one of the healer, the angel. So you are someone where you feel the need to fix people. Right? So I'm saying this where we're examining how you are in past connections and how you are now in a current connection, right? So you could be single and you're looking at the past patterns, and you can be in a connection and you're seeing exactly how you conduct yourself in the connection. So you are the healer. So you are someone that makes the problem go away or heal the problem, finds the solution and heals it, right? Now, there are positives and negatives in that, and one that's neglecting the self, right? So that's you where you're busy making sure that your partner's all right, and they're not busy making sure that you're all right. They're not returning the favor, so you're giving more than you are receiving. And when it comes to connection, there needs to be a healthy flow, right? Think infinity symbol, a healthy flow of giving and receiving in the connection. If you are constantly giving, down the line you're going to be depleted. Now, no one is saying that you shouldn't heal or help your partner, right, or partners. It's just knowing when to give to yourself, knowing when it's the appropriate time to give and when it's the appropriate time to allow them to work and heal themselves, because you're taking that responsibility away from them, right? So that's very, very, very important. But also making sure that you are whole. So whatever responsibilities to yourself that you need to address them before you help the other person. So this is where the angel steps in, where it could be not so good pattern to have, right? So this energy also allows your partner to be codependent. So you have the codependent energy, you have the, what do you call it, enabler. So you will be an enabler. It's easy to fall into that trap where the person, this is funny, the surrender card, we have addictions, and you will be the enabler of the addictions for your person to pacify them, thinking that you're doing the right thing by saving them, but it's actually harming them, right? So it's very important to see if that is your dynamic, if that is what you are contributing to your connections, right? So with angel connections, it's like seeking, you may find that you have, many of your partners has some form of trauma or some type of issue. It could be family issues with the dad or the mom, or just some weird family dynamic, maybe from poverty. It's always something when it comes, some type of dysfunction, right? So look back at all your connections and see if there's a pattern of that, right? Because that's then leaning to, you are someone that likes to fix, likes to heal people. If you are also in that energy where you've come from situations like that, beginnings like that, then that's telling you, reflecting back to you, that you need to heal that, you need to work on that aspect of yourself, the shadow aspect or the trauma, right? So it's everything. With every, I say, with every encounter, every relationship, there's a lesson behind it. So if you're seeing a pattern in your connections where there is that, whether it be trauma, issues with family, issues with addictions, etc., back to back to back, there's something within you that you need to work on. So you have to be the angel for yourself first before you can be the angels for others. But more importantly, not being the angel where you are an enabler. You're taking away that person's ability to heal and work on themselves, right? So there's that. Let's get some cards. Okay, so we have here, look, the lovers. Okay, we have the lovers. We have the Nine of Cups. Nine of Wands popping up again, Nine of Wands. Bottom of the deck we have the Chariot. What I'm getting from this is that you have a choice here, but what you're currently doing is you're blocking your true fulfillment, like your true happiness, like personal happiness and filling your own cup. You're blocking it because you're trying to fix others. It's like there's a sense of letting go sometimes and actually focusing on doing things that are fulfilling for you. You're blocking that with 9. It's like it's time to change, get out of this cycle, change this cycle where you're tapping into loving the self, because we have the 6 here, the lovers, loving the self, feeding this love to yourself. That you see this card, the 9 of Cups, she's like filling that keyhole here that's in her body. So it's not only wish fulfillment, it's actually her own personal fulfillment. That's what this is telling me. It's making that choice, that change. That's making that conscious decision to tap into that energy of evoking that change in your relationships. That's the lesson here that you're meant to learn. It's actually to unlock the truth, the fulfillment, what you want, what you desire from the self. You're neglecting yourself, but you're putting, it's like you're putting on that brave face. So it's like, I'm helping others, I'm healing my partner, I'm doing, but it's like, well, what are you doing for you? Look at this, the Lovers card. They're both wearing masks, so they both really need to be doing the same thing. But this person is not speaking. This one is more vocal, reaching out, looking at this person here, trying to heal them, trying to work them out, trying to make things better for them. And it's saying no. Do like this person where they're looking off to the side, thinking about what they need to do for themselves. Be a little bit selfish every now and then. Okay, let's get some more cards. I mean, look at that, the Hangman. It's like releasing the bondage, releasing yourself from always having to see things from another person's perspective. I mean, yes, it is important to do so when you're trying to relate, but in your case, being the healer, sometimes you have to like take a step back from that and actually go within and seeing how you are truly feeling within yourself, relating to yourself. I mean, look at this card. The Fool is actually not upside down. The Fool is removing the rope from its legs, stepping out of that. So you've received the insights, you've gained the wisdom that you need in order to again step forward, to move forward. So it's saying to free yourself from this responsibility, because it's not yours to heal someone in that way fully. They need to be able to take responsibility and stock for themselves. It's also you blocking, not facing what you need to heal. Okay, so we have, yes, look at that. Seeing the Empress within. That's the Empress card. Seeing your value, your worth. We've got 2 cards here. And then we have Temperance. This is also about seeing the situation for what it is, but this is restoring balance here. This is all about giving to self and then giving to your connection, having that healthy balance. Nine of Cups, personal fulfillment, not blocking it, but this is you actually doing it, taking the action towards filling your cup and also helping your spouse or other, or I don't know why I said spouse, but spouse or long-term partner or connections to come, right? This is you now taking that time for the self, being the angel, the savior for yourself, right? Bottom of the deck, we have Four of Wands. So personal development. So it's definitely screaming for you to do that. And that's the missing link in your connection. Right? I've worked with a lot of people when it comes to relationships. And I said this in the previous pile. When you neglect yourself and your own needs, right? The relationship can be bland because you're actually following and doing everything that the other person wants to do, not voicing your opinions, not doing things that are fulfilling for you, that's joyous for you. Maybe they will enjoy it if you suggest it, right? But this is actually surrendering yourself, giving away your power to please the other person, but in this case to heal the other person. You don't want to be doing that. You are not their mother, you're not their guardian. They have to guard themselves, right? And I said this to one of my clients. If you are constantly protecting them when you're in your time of need, who is going to be protecting you? Because they certainly can't protect themselves because you're doing that for them. So you're going to have to protect yourself. So it's very, very, very important, right, to look into that. Okay. Okay, let's get some angel. Oh, we have here study and learning. Thank you, angels, for allowing me to see every day is a learning day. Exactly. Learning about what you need to do, learning about yourself, learning how to fulfill your own personal needs before you can do that for another. Learning about how you're meant to live. Look, this card here, the angel card, said someone is going to step in and be an angel for you. This reading might be just that message that you needed to hear in order to make these necessary adjustments. Or someone will be entering your life and sharing this wisdom with you on what you need to do for yourself first. Bottom of the deck, we have here again Archangel Zadkiel. Thank you, Zadkiel, for supporting me to transform from my past challenges. Yeah, beautiful. Let's get surrender card as well. So Archangel Zadkiel is surrounding you here, right? It's all about transforming this energy, evoking change now, breaking the cycle and patterns that's of neglect of self. This is actually you now valuing yourself, knowing your worth, right? I'm hearing for someone that they've neglected themselves so much so that they've given up their studies, given up their career, given up their abundance for a person. You do not do that. Do not do that. Right? Lesson, because if the person leaves, what are you going to have? Yes, you can always survive and you can start anew, but do it now. While you're in it, do it now. Don't wait, don't delay. Do it for, live for you. Remember, balance. Okay, now I have a surrender card. Okay, so we have here surrender to setting limits. It is healthy to set boundaries in relationships. Practice expressing your needs and remember that no is a complete sentence. Exactly. Right? I have to show you this one too. Surrender to your full power. Your life is calling for you to step into your full power rather than playing it small. I mean, this is exactly it. Setting the boundaries to allow the person to heal themselves. Whatever they can heal themselves, allow them to do that. Wherever it is necessary for you to step in and help, do so. But more importantly, focus on the self. It's coming up here about, look, with your desires and what you want to achieve in life, what you would like to what is fulfilling for you in life, it is possible. And for someone, it's like they gave up on a career where they could be incredibly abundant, but they chose not to, sat in an energy playing guardian for someone else. Do not do that. Stand in your power. Do not give your power away to someone. Okay, so I'm going to end the reading right here. If this reading resonates, leave a comment down below. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hello, option 3. For those of you who selected the third card, the Protector card, here's your reading. We have card number 28. 28 reducing to 10. Here's your card. So what I'm getting from this with Protector, your relationship pattern is one of control. With Protector energy, this one feels like I'm hearing helicopter parent. I'm hearing helicopter parent. So that means that you are constantly overseeing your connection. So this could be every action that the person does, everything that they say, you're constantly analyzing it, right? You're constantly analyzing it because the whole idea is for you to hold on to the connection, to protect it, to keep it safe, to make sure that everything is smooth, there's no problems, right? This can also be being very overprotective and very gosh, really on top of the person, like not allowing them to breathe, like being controlling, right? Being controlling. Examples: where are you going wearing that short dress, or why are you dressed like that, in the fear of them attracting other people, or your partner cannot hang out with their mates because you fear, again, losing them. There's a sense of holding on, not wanting to lose, being overprotective, always watching and doing and making sure that they're not going to run away from you. Oh my gosh, there's a mask here. So that's telling me that there's some blockages, emotional work that needs to be done, right? To free you from this need to hold on to possess. Possessive, that's the word. Possessive energy with the Protector. For someone, I am hearing, look, in the past, I allowed people to walk all over me and never again. So you're making sure that you don't lose your connections. You're holding on to it tightly, and that is unhealthy. That's very unhealthy. That's actually shadow energy on your part that needs working on, that needs examining. You need to see where that is coming from, beyond the connections, back to your childhood. What was the trigger? What's causing you to hold on to things? A need for that. Because if you've done this now, if you're doing this now in your existing connection, you did it in the previous, but in a different way. And that's why they didn't work out. Right? And if you're currently in a connection and you're doing this, that's not good. That's not good at all. Right? You need to possibly speak to a health professional or a psychologist regarding that. It's fear of abandonment. There's a sense of fear of abandonment with this one, and also lack of self-worth and value. Right? Your value is not found through another. Your value is found within yourself. So your connections are not going to tell you how valuable you are or not. You will know that. That's based on how you treat yourself. And how you treat yourself is how others will treat you. But for now, you are neglecting yourself and controlling another, because that's what you ought to be doing to yourself. You're actually projecting what you should be projecting what you need to do on yourself to another or on another. Right? Not good. Right, so let's get some cards. Okay, so we have here the Four of Pentacles. What was I saying? I gotta hold on for dear life. But there's a need for balance. There's a need for balance here. I'm seeing the tree, so this could be a family pattern, right? This can be a family pattern that needs breaking. The cycle needs to end with you by you healing what the blockage is within yourself. Maybe there's a need to do some research, but this is also seeking professional help. With the face, oh, isn't that interesting? See, we have that mask here with the book, so that's probably telling me that you need to seek professional help, do research. But we have here a mask and a mask, right? How interesting that you're holding on for dear life. Okay, let's get some more cards. Ooh, Five of Swords. Five of Swords. There's a sense of not you holding on because you don't want to release control. There's a sense of holding on. This with the Five of Swords. I mean, this card for me is like you overpower another person to the point where you're stifling their power. It's like dominance, right? You overpower them and like take away their power and keep it for yourself. That's what this feels like. But this can also be the reverse. So for some of you who are watching this, this is you allowing someone to take your power. You need to take that bad boy back. It's like getting out of that habit of, what is it? Any relationship is better than having none. And that is not true. That's called settling. And that sometimes you can pick some shitty people. This is the energy of being deprived. And this is the energy of holding on to what you have, right? For some of you where you've given away your power, you're holding on to the little power that you have. The little bit of fight that you have within. But it's saying too, if someone is overprotective, you need to express your truth. You need to actually not go along with certain things, but speak up, right? Speak up. It's like fighting for your rights here. If you're someone that is the person that is overprotective and domineering, you need to really look into yourself and to find out why you feel the need to do that. For some of you, it is childhood. You were treated that way in childhood, where you were dwarfed, right? Your emotions were neglected and dwarfed. Your thoughts, what you said, it's almost like, well, they're saying that you're stupid. What you have to say has no meaning. So you were belittled, right? So it's to heal that, it's to work through that energy. Look at the octopus's tentacles on this lady. It's like you grabbing at everything. It's like picking at everything. Picking at everything. It's like, can't you do anything right? Yeah, this pile, I don't know. Might not be for everyone. Okay, last one. Yes, you got two beautiful cards here. Bottom of the deck, you can't make this up. We have the Seven of Wands, standing up for yourself, setting healthy boundaries. So we have a Knight of Swords, right? So this is taking action towards defending yourself, right? Protecting yourself, regaining your power, right? This is actually speaking the truth as well, because we have here the Sun with the Knight of Swords. So spirit is actually saying that this is what you need to do. You need to shine your light on the whole situation and speak up. Take action towards regaining your power, standing up for yourself, not allowing someone to dominate you, a domineering person to tell you what you can and can't do. Being an adult, right? No, this is a form of abuse, right? And if this is not heavy and full on yet, it can lead to that. This is the beginning stages of something that can become abusive. So this really feels like the relationship patterns is actually entering into connections where either you are the abuser or you are being abused. You're giving away your power, or you're taking someone's power away from them. Right? If you are losing your power, having it taken away, you need to stand your ground and set some healthy boundaries here. If you're in a connection and they're telling you everything that you can't do but they can do, you need to set some boundaries and say, look, you can't be doing that either. Or you need to come up with some boundaries for them. Knowing your worth and value, my dear. Sir, as well. Right? Ladies and gentlemen, very important, knowing your value. Okay, so we have here the Three of Pentacles. I'm hearing common ground. So in having this, with you actually setting healthy boundaries, I'm going to pull this card and pop it here. With you setting healthy boundaries and communicating this with your person, or actually putting it into action in your next connections, that's where you're going to be met halfway. That's where you can have like healthy connections, be on the same page. That's what it's telling me. You can have some form of harmony. Right? Okay, we have here the Nine of Swords. So this has been something that is very taxing on you. What I said earlier about the person needing to seek professional advice for mental health, that's what this card is telling me here. Maybe even the person who is being abused need to do that as well, because it's like, why are you allowing yourself to be in a connection where you are being belittled, you are being restricted, right? And of course the person who's the abuser needs to seek professional advice for why do you feel the need to hold on to overpower, to express your dominance. Why do you need to do that? Because that's weak. There's a sense of lack of self-esteem, lack of worth as well, right? Wow. Bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Swords. That's terrible. This one, it feels like a lot of like really heavy terror energy here, right? And also with the Three of Swords, it's not all doom and gloom and negative. It also means like learning the lessons, like learning from this experience. So if you're someone that is single and you're seeing the patterns in your previous connections of this, so meeting people who are in this energy, whether you are needing to dominate or you are being dominated, it's seeing the patterns and then working on, why do I enter in connections like this, finding the root and healing it, right? So this is also a card of learning the lessons, pains from the past, healing it, learning from it, right? Oh, I have to show you this one. Bottom of that deck, I just pulled the Three of Swords. The Knight of Cups. So it could be that you wear your heart under your sleeve and you give your heart too easily. You give that up too easily. Okay, so let's get an angel card for you. Okay, so we have here signs from heaven. That's beautiful. Thank you, heaven, for sending me reminders of your presence. So what I'm getting from that is before you go to bed, you're actually communicating with the ethereal realm during sleep. And with these feathers, it's saying that blessings are bestowed to you. They're sending you blessings, right? The angels are around you at this time or in your connections to protect you from harm. But this is you needing now, you're given the guidance from heaven on how to recognize this and healing it so you don't encounter these types of connections again. It's like you're now moving on, you're ascending from this stage into something that is more in alignment with your soul, who you are, right? And you're leveling up, or you're ascending to a higher frequency and vibration where you can meet someone that can offer you the love that you need, right? But this is heaven sending you signs that they're with you, but also for you to, if you have any burning questions and you need answers, right? You can ask a question before you go to bed out loud. Like just before you go to bed, you say like, Spirit, let's say, why am I always encountering connections like this? Please, can you provide me the guidance and answers in my dream? You go to bed and you may have a dream. Or just coming out of sleep, you may receive the guidance then. Now, you have to be in the energy where you are not skeptical or, just thinking, oh, this is crap, it's not going to work, because then it won't come. You have to surrender, right? Just like how you surrender to a connection like this, surrender to the guidance of spirit, right? Okay, let's get some more cards. Whoa, got a flyer up in here. Right. So we have, wow, surrender to set limits. It is healthy to set boundaries in relationships. Practice expressing your needs and remember that no is a complete sentence. Exactly. Setting healthy boundaries. And what's this? Seven of Wands. Setting boundaries, right? Not allowing people to dictate, or a partner to dictate what you can and can't do in your life, because it is your life. It is your life. They're just a cherry on top, right? So they're not a necessity. Relationships come and go, but your life, the one that you're living, that's the only one that you really need to be focusing on, and your children, obviously. But when it comes to relationships, there has to be a healthy flow, a healthy balance, right? So no one is your daddy or your mommy, right? You're responsible for yourself. So set these healthy boundaries here. If you are someone that is the abuser, listen to the person's boundaries and needs. Respect it. Because ultimately, if you're not respecting it, it's because you don't respect yourself. You're running away from yourself if you are the abuser. Okay, so I'm going to end the reading right here. If this reading resonates, leave a comment down below. Oh, I just got another download, sorry. I'm also getting that this is for the person that's the abuser or persons. You see this? Heaven knows. All your actions is being documented. All your actions they know about. Just think about that. Signs from heaven. Just think about that. Okay. So I'm going to end the reading right here. If this reading resonates, leave a comment down below. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Bye.
Open your